Right guys, welcome down to Tourex, and I am joined yet again by Lee Sullivan. Thank you for taking the time and the patience with me.
Yeah, no problem.
On my putting. And today we are going to be choosing a partner for me. A love that will hopefully last a lifetime. I of course am talking about a putter. The most important relationship that a golfer can have. And I've picked a few of the different Odyssey putters that we've got down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bit of a fitting done today, really try and figure out what suits my stroke, what suits my technique, which has changed already, and then we can go from there. And the putters that we have selected, I will allow Lee to talk me through these ones. First things first, is this little bad boy?
Yeah, so this is an Odyssey Works Cruiser #1, so a classic shaped head. This is a counterbalance, 35 inches.
And this is the counterbalance which is shiftable, isn't it? So you can move the counterbalance around.
Yeah, so it comes with a weight kit. We can take the weight, increase it or decrease it in the butt end of the grip. We can also vary the weight in the sole of the putter as well.
All right, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it's quite a classic design. I've used putters which look like this before, and it does suit mine. I quite like the difference between the black and the silver.
Yeah.
Has that got a name, technology-wise, or is it just?
It's a Versa. It's from the Versa original kind of white-black.
Black, but now it's silver, black, silver.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It'll be blue, yellow, blue next year, I'm sure. So that's the first little option. So I like the look of that, and I've been using a counterbalance putter anyway. Next up is a design which
Popular.
Yeah, I've used this before. So this is the number 7 in just the white hot that I used, the original one.
Yeah. I think this is kind of the second most popular that they've ever brought out. The 2-ball was obviously the most popular.
And this is the second,
biggest
right?
selling.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain that the number 7 was certainly kind of in the second.
Oh, fantastic.
Popularity. So you've got a face balance putter as well.
And that previous one just had a slight toe hang. So what I've done here is basically the first point of this fitting is just to try and pick putters that I like the look of, and then to see how they correspond to what I'm actually doing in my stroke and which one's going to be best for my stroke. So those are the first two. That's just a normal 34-inch one. Next up is a very, 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 very classic looking putter.
Yeah, RX #2. Quite a strong toe hang on that one.
I quite like this one. I like the way that it's just a very small neck on that. I used to have I can't remember what number it was, but an old Odyssey white hot.
Yeah.
Whatever, I can't remember what number it was, but that was very similar, and I putted quite well with it, but I can't remember what happened in the end. I can't remember why that relationship broke down, but it eventually did.
Did it break in two?
It didn't break in two. No, it wasn't a proper breakup. And last but not least, I like the look of it, but just because it's a very different putter that I've not actually used before, just to see what the numbers will be. This is a toe flow?
Toe up. No, I think toe flow's someone else.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I won't say that. So a toe up putter. And I had a very, very quick go with these in Orlando earlier this year when they very, very first came out, but not an actual proper test. So the whole point of these is there's no weighting, basically.
Well, the toe up, it's kind of more balanced at impact, so there's less twist.
Okay.
For off-centre hits. Quite a stable putter during the stroke as well.
Okay.
Yep.
And
so
these,
you can see it's kind of toe up there, that hanging.
And these are all a combination, guys, all slightly different lengths, so from 35 with the counterbalance, 34, 33. So just to give me a few different variations as well, just to really try and figure out which one's going to be best. So we're going to jump on to Sam Lab, onto the Quintec, stuff that you've already seen before from the previous putting video. If you haven't, please check the description below. It will be in there. And now we're going to just pick a partner. So we've got four options, 4 future loves of my life.
Yeah, as long as it's 4, not 5.
guys, those are all the putts hit, and there was certainly one of those putters which seemed to outperform the others as far as the results show. It'd be interesting to see what the numbers show. It wasn't the putter that I expected to perform the best. You know what, it's almost a putter that I didn't want to perform the best, oddly.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's just something about it. So talk us through what we found here.
Okay, let's have a little look. So this was the first putter that we that you tried, the Odyssey RX number 2 White Hot. Okay, so that's quite a strong toe hang on that putter. That's the style of it, kind of classic blade. So we hit 6 putts with each putter, and this is the first result. So this is where you actually aimed the putter relative to the target, or the target line.
So the
aim's looking good.
Pretty good.
Under half a degree, aiming left. And then a little bit more potentially of technique. You close it a little bit more. So at impact, you're just under 1 degree.
Okay, we're seeing a little bit of that with the way that the putts missed as well.
Yeah.
Just slightly off to the left-hand side. Okay. Yeah. It felt good. It did feel nice and soft, certainly. The insert.
Should we have a look at the results of that putter?
Yeah. Go on.
Okay.
Go on then.
So if we look at, we've got 3 degrees of loft on each putter, which is standard for an Odyssey putter, and the lie angle on all of them is 70 degrees. So if we just look at the launch, with that particular putter, this is what you will turn in 3 degrees of loft into.
Right, okay.
So the launch, apart from one, was all pretty much optimum within that kind of 1 to 2 degrees of launch.
Okay, good.
So that you wouldn't change the loft of that putter really.
Okay, cool.
There'd be no need to do that because the launch was pretty good.
Awesome.
So on average, you were launching the ball at 1 3/4 degrees. I wouldn't be changing the loft of your putter.
Okay.
And the consistency, so the range, the gapping between each putt, it's good. So that's fine for that putter. I wouldn't change that.
Okay.
I would, as a preference, I could change the lie angle I could make it flatter, maybe 68, 67.5 degrees.
Okay. Just so it's getting that.
Just so we've got a nice flat lie angle, so the sole is equally on the ground.
Okay, good.
Because the consistency is good again.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's quite tight.
So we're going to move on to second putter, guys. We've got the difference between these two faces. So the 7 has a metal mesh on top of the original White Hot insert. Is that the best way of describing it?
Yeah.
So the first putter there definitely did feel quite soft, and this one did feel that little bit firmer, and that's why. Bit side note, but
Path is actually neutralised a bit more, hasn't it? It's like 0.6 going left.
right, okay.
Okay, but unfortunately you putter face.
Close to your face.
But it's slightly different, and you've not changed.
No, I'm not
anything.
changing. Didn't physically try to alter anything.
So you've gone from we've seen a change going from a toe hang putter to a face balance putter.
Okay.
So maybe you'd kind of endear to maybe using for path, maybe a better path, a more face balance putter at this stage.
Okay.
Kind of seeing that difference really, and not a bad strike, a little bit towards the toe. I think that's to do with bring the putter from out to in. It gets a bit closer to you, the sweet spot, so you just impact off the toe.
Okay.
Okay. Going to the ball roll, launch is good again with that putter. So we've got a different style of putter with 3 degrees of loft on, and the launch is good. On average, it's pretty close to the other one, isn't it?
Okay. So consistency with that 3 degrees of loft, the launch is
at the moment, yeah, it's fine. We're getting a much better ball roll, so a little bit more consistency definitely in the last 4, but there's no backspin at all. This ball is forward rotating straight away.
Okay.
There's an element of skid, but it goes into forward rotation. This is to do with your toe strike and your closed putter face.
Okay, so certainly the difference between those first 2 putters, the amount of spin, forward spin that I'm putting on with this is more consistent, and also the path
is more consistent with this type of putter as well,
Yeah,
as opposed to the toe hang.
Yeah, forward rotation rather than spin.
Okay.
Yeah. So the ball is forward rotating sooner, so it's probably it's skidding less.
Okay.
You know, so that's going to help the ball hug the green and stay on line. That you know where you start the ball.
Rather than having a bit of a more of a
Yeah, and
bouncy
it could
style.
deflect if it's bouncing.
Okay.
Rotation looks similar, doesn't it? There's that kind of fairy. You know?
Yeah, because with a toe hang putter, what people would say is that a toe hang putter should rotate more, and this is a face balance putter. What this is actually showing is that this is rotating pretty much at the same amount as the toe hang putter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, the Odyssey Works Cruiser 1, same face insert, so the white heart and then that steel mesh over the top, and more interesting results.
Okay, so seem to be aiming this one a little bit further left than the
Okay.
other two, but you're not closing the face as much.
Okay.
It seems, yeah. So, you know, we've got less face change, which is good. A degree, just over a degree closed at impact.
I was aiming 0.9 in that direction.
Yeah, and you've only closed it 0.2, so little face change, which that's kind of what we're looking for. So if you were to aim better with that face change, that's great, isn't it?
Okay, good.
At the point of impact, that's better. Pretty similar the path again on average to the second putter that we used.
Okay, so that would be indicating that my aim is slightly left.
Yeah,
My path is very, very slightly left.
yeah,
But this is, if that my aim was to be better there, then both those things would come a little bit on the straighter side.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the putter faces, the face change is happening more to do with your actual path anyway.
Okay.
But it's quite interesting that there's little face change or minimal face change compared to the other two, and it's a counterbalance putter.
Right, yes, yeah, that is the big
So we've got
difference there
quite
between
a
two.
different style, haven't we?
Okay.
You know, we've got, so maybe something's happening towards the top of the grip that's maybe reducing, you know, the effects of changing the face during the stroke.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a look at the data here. So if we look at launch, yeah. So the launch is, even though the launch is consistent, it's ideally, you know, if we're trying to get within those parameters of an ideal launch, you know, I could take a 1 degree of loft off that putter.
I was going to say, they're all just slightly higher, slightly higher than the other ones. But again, consistent, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably the most consistent actually.
Yeah.
Because you're in the blue there. If we took 1 degree of loft off this putter, we could then quite easily be into positive loft. So that actual putter looks pretty good.
So the data off this putter, apart from the spin, is probably more consistent than the others have been so far.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
that's the one big sticking point
Yeah.
so far.
I
Okay.
think if we change the loft on that to 2 degrees, I think would be pretty good. I think that the way the ball interacts with the face and rolls, I think the data would be good.
So we are on to we're on to this one, which
Look how tight that is.
so this
Black swan.
this the black swan. So this is the black swan, as it will now forever be known, and this is the one that actually visually on the map performed the best. So it got the straightest puts going, and it found the target more often than not. It's just a very unusual looking putter when compared to the others, and it feels a lot different because of the way that the toe is up with the balance. But what's the data showing?
Well, when it comes to aiming, it's nearly perfect, and the consistency of your aiming, you can see how tight those bars are together.
Yeah.
is very good. There's minimal face change, so you're aiming 0.1 degree left, and the face change is 0.1 degree closing. So it's going to be at impact 0.2 degrees closed.
That is unusual. Why would I be aiming this better than the other ones? It's a
Well, you've got a different orientation of the shaft. The shaft is actually behind the face, which is causing you to aim more accurately. Where the other putters, the shaft is ahead of the face, which is kind of, for some, potentially, we don't really know, is causing you to aim left, isn't it?
Okay.
So, you know, Odyssey made a putter like a back strike where I don't know if you remember the shaft.
Oh, it was like
was right
curved back and behind.
You
wasn't it?
potentially could have aimed that really good as well. Yeah, if you think about that. Going from that screen to the Quintic, just before we look at launch, we're definitely seeing a minimal when it comes to rotation, face rotation with that putter.
That's the smallest it's been, hasn't it?
It is,
as far
yeah.
as rotation goes.
Yeah, and it's pretty consistent as well. You know, the range between those putts is fairly consistent. It's good.
Okay.
Okay. So going to launch, it's got 3 degrees of loft on the putter. I'll double check that with it being face up. But we are getting a little bit low on the launch. We've got 1 optimum there, but I'd probably looking to put 1 degree of whatever loft's on that putter. I think we'd need to increase it by 1 degree.
Just like, is that maybe again because maybe it's just set back slightly further, or
yeah, it's something to do with the orientation of the shaft position and the way you're using it as well, really.
Yeah, of course, that's obviously the big factor, isn't it?
Yeah, there's only one winner here, really.
Spin as well. That's all. Forward roll. That's all forward as well, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a couple of
low ones.
Couple of low ones there, but between those, the RPM is pretty consistent, isn't it?
Right, guys. So that was interesting and also very, very unexpected. And the results has come out with, just because of the data, because of the way it feels in my hands, and the fact that visually it was performing better. It's the toe up numero uno, which was a surprise with the flat toe grip as well, which again is a surprise. I've not used one of these before either, so very, very interesting. So I'll get one of these ordered and start using it as soon as possible, basically. So Lee, thank you so much
pleasure.
for all that really interesting stuff as well. Lots more videos coming with Lee going forward as well, as far as putting goes. So today was pretty much just a fitting rather than an actual lesson. There's still stuff that I'm working on within my stroke, and those will be coming very soon. Well,
surprise.
Very, very surprised. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on my other social media platforms as well, and please follow Lee as well. He is in the description below. Really good guy and great service down here at Torex as well. So please do that as well. Right, off to practice some putting.
Good luck.
Thanks.